So let's have a look. Here we are playing the first time the teaser of our pan-India release of our upcoming film Ginna Bhai. Let's have a look. पेश है उसकी सबसे बड़ी खूबी है हमारे सिनेमास का वो है में इसे मोहन बाबू ने लिखा है जो कि विष्णु मंचू के पिताजी हैं और उन्होंने 550 से ज़्यादा फिल्में साउथ में लिखी हैं. एक बार जोरदार तालियां. And sir, we miss you having here and thank you for writing such a masterpiece. So अब it's time for the Q&A session और उसके लिए हम एक एक करके हमारे गेस्ट और स्टार कास्ट को हमारे मंच पे आमंत्रित करने जा रहे हैं. तो तैयार हैं आप लोग अपने सवालों के साथ? Yes, yes. Okay, so everybody to start with जो टीम के साथ जुड़ते हैं, फिल्मों के साथ जुड़ते हैं, जो लोग वो ज़्यादा मेजर रोल प्ले करते हैं और इनके बिना सिनेमा दूर तक नहीं पहुंच सकता. तो वी हैव गॉट आवर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स विद अस, मिस्टर अक्षय राठी. सो प्लीज जॉइन अस ऑन स्टेज. Welcome, sir. We also have Mr. Pankaj, who is your 4 movies distributor. So please join us on stage. And of course, our heroine, who is debuting in Hindi cinema now. So एक बार जोरदार तालियों से पायल राजपूत का वेलकम करते हैं. Very very warm welcome. Many congratulations for this grand debut. And we hope and pray कि आपका मैजिक फिर से रिपीट हो और पूरे देश में इस बार आपका जादू चले. And of course it's an absolute honor to call him on stage. And वैसे ये कहते हैं कि ये शाय हैं, रिजर्व हैं, तो आइए अब अपना नॉट एट ऑल और आपको इनको थोड़ा प्यार और मोहब्बत दिखाते हैं कि व्हाट इट फील्स लाइक बीइंग इन मुंबई, व्हाट इट फील्स लाइक बीइंग पार्ट ऑफ दिस साइड ऑफ द कंट्री. सो एवरीबडी प्लीज वेलकम और जिन्ना भाई विष्णु मंचू. एक बार जोरदार तालियां. माइक. सो ओवर टू मीडिया नाउ. आप लोग अपने सवाल पूछ सकते हैं हमारी टीम से.
अमेजिंग यू नो. और जिस तरह से पूरा ट्रेंड चला है, आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी.
ऑफ कोर्स बात करने को थोड़ा मुश्किल है, बट आई अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी क्वाइट.
ओके. ट्रेलर लुक अमेजिंग, सॉन्ग्स लुक अमेजिंग, यू नो. हाउ दिस होल प्रोजेक्ट हैपेंड, यू नो. और उसके बाद सनी लियोनी को फिल्म में कास्ट करना, पायल इसका हिस्सा है. टेल अस अ लिटिल जर्नी अबाउट इट, हाउ इट ऑल स्टार्टेड.
I'll speak in English. I hope it's okay.
It's okay. No problem.
So, you know, about last November, October, November, exactly a year ago, I was approached by the writer of the movie, Mr. Kona Venkat, you know, saying that there's a script I want to hear. I heard the script and then I liked it. And then they said, very good. We have Miss Sunny, you know, attached to the project already. I said, Sunny Leone. I said, she's not popular in Telugu because predominantly it had to be a Telugu film. And I said, no, earlier about a few years back, I produced a film with my brother and Sunny played a small role in that. I said, it's been quite a few years. Telugu audience don't, you know, I don't know. They said, no, it's Sunny, it's a thing. Then I kind of slowed it down. I said, okay, there are a few changes in the script, let me get back to you. Then about 15 days later, when they didn't hear back from me, they reached out to my father. So father, of course, given his, you know, him being an actor, him being, you know, a legendary figure back home, they said, sir, you know, Vishnu's got a great script we narrated, because the writer, Mr. Kona Venkat, and I collaborated. Our first collaboration was a movie called D, which was a very big hit in Telugu. You know, some say it's a cult film, and I'm honored to be a part of that film. And after that, we made another 2 films together. So all the 3 films Kona and I made were huge blockbusters back in Telugu. And he was finding it strange for the last 10-15 days that I wasn't getting back after the script was narrated to me. Then
I'm sorry to cut you. Can we switch off this? At the back, there'll be a problem in the camp. Thank you so much.
So then they went to my father and they told him, and my dad heard the script, he liked it, and then he called me and said, did you hear a script that Kona told about 15 days ago? I said, yeah, I kind of liked the script, but a few changes, and they had Sunny. I wasn't sure how Sunny would be an advantage to the Telugu audience. And he said, Vishnu, you have friends in your media, so you find out. I think she would be the perfect fit for the role, what they're saying, and there's no two ways about it. Then I made a few calls to some leading, regional newspapers, which are the top newspapers, and I said, can you do me a sample survey? I gave them 5 names, and I said, can you do a sample survey among the audience and say who they would be interested to see in a very interesting role. So Sunny's name came for 73%. So I was wrong. So I said, okay, let's work on the project ASAP. Then they said, okay, what about the heroine? I said, look, you already got a hot-looking woman, Sunny Leone over there. I need someone equally who can share the space. And then here I have Paayal Rajput. She's considered a very hot property after RX100, and she's more outgoing than me, so she put me in a very embarrassing spot many a times at shooting. So, it was really fortunate to be acting with people without inhibitions, who brought me out of that shyness. And one by one, everything fell in place. And if you see all the actors here who are associated with the movie, they're all the A+ list talent of our Telugu industry. And they have been seen in a lot of Hindi dubbed also from Telugu. And if you look at the talent who's been associated also in terms of the crew, we've got one of our legendary Indian cinematographers, Mr. Chotake Naidu, and my elder brother, Mr. Prabhudeva. He came and choreographed a song, and I have to tell that we all grew up together. I was a kid when he was already on the journey of becoming a legend. He, when the production reached out to him and said, sir, the check is, my dad sent a blank check to him, saying that let Prabhu fix up what he wants to do. He called me and said, so you're trying to, you've become such a big guy that you're paying me money now for choreographing. I don't know, what nonsense is this? So he sent the check back. And then I had the fortune of, having the choreography of Mr. Prem Rakshit, who's very famous for his current song, Natu Natu. So he gave the concept and visualization for the movie right from the beginning of the script. And then, of course, I had one of my favorite choreographers ever, Mr. Ganesh Acharya. His first Telugu song was in my Telugu film, in my film long back, almost about 12-15 years ago. And I could say, I can proudly say that I launched him in Telugu. And I love him. So we had some of the best talent work together, and I had wonderful music directors and the team work together. And then I reached out to my friend Akshay. Akshay and I have been, talking for quite some time. And, it's not, Akshay and I never had any, financial transactions ever, but, being an actor, I can follow certain people on Twitter. But if I have a secondary account, I can follow a lot of people which none of you know. And Akshay is one of them. Well, Akshay, you're the most decent guy I follow on Twitter, okay, in my secondary account. So, I keep following what he talks about movies and the distribution and everything is very insightful. So, Mr. Sunil Shetty actually introduced both of us, and I have to say thanks to Sunil Anna because the introduction he's given us was priceless. And, Akshay and I spoke a lot, then our association with Mr. Pankaj with UFO started. And they were very keen. I think in December we met, right? They had come to Hyderabad and they were talking. And I said, yes, in probably July, August, September, I will have my release. I think that would be a good thing to release over there. So the planning of releasing in Hindi was way ahead of time. It wasn't something we just planned now. And we made a conscious effort of, keeping our partners very close and taking them in every way. Saying this is when the audio is releasing, this is when it's going. So I pray and hope that our association will be fruitful and mutually beneficial for both of us. So this, my friend, is a short journey of Ginna.
वेरी श्योर। पायल, आपसे जानना चाहूँगा, जैसे विष्णु सर बता रहे थे, RX100 के बाद और अब आप इस फिल्म के साथ आ रही हैं, लुकिंग अमेजिंग ऑन द स्क्रीन। टेल अस, क्या खास होगा जब मैं इस ट्रेलर की बात करता हूँ या मैं फिल्म की बात करता हूँ, बाकी फिल्मों से क्या खास होगा इस फिल्म के अंदर?
Sure. So, first and foremost, thank you so much for coming here and promoting our movie Ginna. और मुझे आज बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा लग रहा है just because I stay here only like 15 minutes away and this is very first time, I mean, I'm promoting my first Hindi film over here in Mumbai, so it's indeed a very big day for me. And yeah, this movie is releasing in 3 languages, Malayali, Hindi and Telugu. और अगर आप कहते हैं कि क्या मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है और मतलब कैसे मुझे मिली, ये कहना चाहते हैं आप, राइट? So I'll tell you, I started my career with RX100 back there in 2018 and that has changed the trajectory of my career. उस मूवी की वजह से मुझे सब कुछ मिल गया, मतलब I still remember my struggle days when I was there in Mumbai. I struggled almost for 5 to 6 years. यहाँ पास में आराम नगर है, वहाँ जाके मैं 6-6, 7-7 ऑडिशन देती थी और कई बार तो ऐसा था कि 5-6 ऑडिशन में सेलेक्ट भी हो गई। So I really want to thank my mom and dad for that. कि मुझे height तो अच्छा, you know, I'm blessed with that. So I know my journey and you know, RX100 is very, very close to my heart, and because of that movie today I'm standing here in front of all of you. And that's why I hold that movie very close to my heart. Or yeah, coming back to Ginna again, I was looking for an immersive experience and through this movie I got the one, and I really want to thank Vishnu for that and for Mohan sir. You know, they made me the part of this prestigious project. Or through this movie, I would say I got to work with such a brilliant team. I mean, Prabhu Deva sir, Kona Venkat sir, who is the writer for our film, and Chota Garu, one of the bestest DOPs in South India. और अब मुझे लगता है कि we are not just different tags from different industries. We all are the actors. Be it in Sandalwood, in Tollywood, in Bollywood, our mere objective is to entertain people, our fans and our audiences. So this is what I am doing. और yes, very excited for 21st. और मेरे लिए भी एक वो था कि मैंने हिंदी में देखा. I was you know, checking out all in Telugu. Now it's coming in Hindi, so I'm very, very excited for this. और आप भी प्लीज देखिएगा.
विष्णु सर, मेरा सवाल आपसे, you know the name of the film is Ginna Bhai. जब मैं जिन्ना भाई की बात करना, whenever somebody talk about Jinnah, it reminds us of the partition which India has seen, the partition by Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Do you think there are possibility people, you know, there are very sensitive people in our country, there are people who, you know, who consider Jinnah as a villain for India. Do you think someone comes up and, you know, disagree with the title of yours because the name is Jinnah Bhai?
My brother, you're actually quite late in creating a controversy because the controversy was already created when the name was announced here back home. I had a lot of people breathing down my neck. The media, you know, ripped me apart a few months back. I was quiet because I was very clear about what the title was. See, you know, we explained at the very beginning what the title means. The hero's name is G. Nageshwara. And we brought out a trailer also to explain what it is in the beginning of in the Telugu thing. So his name is Gali Nageshwara. Gali in Telugu means Hawa. So his friends keep teasing him with the name Gali. So he doesn't like that. So he changes his name for a short form called Jinnah. So for people who don't know, in certain parts in Andhra Pradesh, G Nageshwara, the short form is called Ginna. You know, the friends among others, they call Ginna. So that's the reason why when Akshay and I also were talking very closely about selecting the name, we had realized that there was already a company which had registered the name Jinnah, that is Muhammad Ali Jinnah. But here it was Ginna. So even then when we tried to explain to the people who were actually registering the title, they didn't accept. So that's the reason why we had to come up with Ginna Bhai.
The reason I ask you this, though the film is releasing in pan India, अब सब कुछ ऐसा हो गया है कि every second film, whether it is happening in Telugu, Malayalam, Tamil, it is getting a pan-India release, and your film too is coming on that path. That's why I ask you for the, it's not
You're right,
creating
you're
a
right.
controversial question.
No. You're right. We already had our share of, media space. I had to thank all the people back home.
Might be the Hindi belt left.
Yeah, they didn't realize it. Probably they'll realize it now. I hope they. It's a kind of good thing when a certain controversy comes up. People who don't know about my movie seem to be knowing about my movie.
क्या बात है, एक बार जोरदार तालियां
any news is good
What
news.
an attitude and approach. Amazing. Very well answered.
So, Vishnu sir, my question from
Yes.
you is, initially the film was supposed to release on 5th of October, and then the dates changed and it became 21st. I would like to know from you, like, what was your take on this?
See, my friend, I kind of tricked everybody saying that I never announced the date 5th as the release of my movie. I just marked the calendar 2 months ago as 5th October question mark. That's all. And 5th October was the day of the trailer release.
Okay.
I had, see, I am an entertainer. And hook or crook, I got to make news about my movie. So for the last 15-20 days, everybody was jumping up and down saying that so Vishnu is also in the race of the movie. I very calmly waited 1 week ahead. I said, my trailer is releasing on the 5th. And 2 months ago, we decided on the date. And 5th, it came out. And 21st for Diwali release, if you have noticed the dialogues in the movie also, my friend, the character which talks about Ginna, he says he's a cracker, like, he exposes like Diwali cracker. So we were pretty sure we were going to get a Diwali release.
क्या बात है.
How do you look at Clash, Vishnu?
Clash
Of movies, because there is also a dry spell at the box office, recently.
See,
How
probably I'll end the dry spell at the box office. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I hope and pray, and I hope the audience would bless us, because we're coming up with a lot of hopes. And ultimately I finished writing my exam.
Yeah.
Now, my father says in Telugu, one of his most famous quote is that Prajale Pratiksha Daivalu, means people are the living gods for us actors, for us filmmakers, because if not for the love and blessing and support of the audience who watch our films, we are nobody. And we got to respect that with them, and I hope and pray that they bless us by watching our film.
So we keep saying that it's an Indian film, there's no need to say South film and North film. Nonetheless, Vishnu is from the South. So you're coming with a straight film, Hindi film, And during that time only a few other films of Akshay, Ram Setu, and that is coming around, No, he'll understand. He'll understand me. Yeah, na, Vishnu? So you're doing this first film, Hindi. So what do you have to say? You'll be getting an open arm reception, of course, because you're well known.
See, I'm very fortunate because I have Mr. Pankaj planning my release on Friday, which is the 21st. I think the other Hindi films are releasing on the 25th, if I'm not wrong. 25th is a Tuesday.
Just 2 days here and there.
Yeah, and these are the people I grew up watching, Mr. Akshay, Mr. Ajay, all their movies when I was kid. I looked up at them and watched the movies and I adored them. Today my film is releasing on par with them, and I hope and pray their films do well. But I hope and pray that my film does better than them. Let us all live together, and I hope the audience would bless us with that.
Hi, yes, Center. My name is Mayur. Mayur from Beyond Bollywood, and it's an introduction to me to each one of you all, including Mr. Akshay Rathi, who I've known for many years over the phone, but never had the pleasure of meeting him in person. And obviously, I come, basically an audience from Mumbai, largely a Bollywood audience I would consider myself, and obviously it's an education for us when South films do well, they come down over here. But in terms of marketing, often we hear that RRR, KGF, and Pushpa, that they did well, and what I wanted to know was obviously those films doing well does have an impact, it gives a perspective. But is that the reason enough to maybe come down to Bombay and promote the film? And what are the targets when you'll decide okay, this is we are going to also release release it in Hindi in dubbed version. Are there like humble expectations, realistic, or have these films kind of given an altogether new target for you all?
See, your question is a very interesting question, but the answer is going to be a very, very long answer. But I'll try to keep it as brief as possible.
Sure.
See, like I was telling, Ms. Lipika also today morning, the success ratio, I think Akshay would know better of any film industry film industry per se, would range anywhere between 20 to 30% at the maximum. That's the success ratio. It would be even lesser, but not more. So far, Hindi cinema, you've been appreciating, 30% of the cream of the best films. Now, all of a sudden, thanks to pandemic, what would have happened 5 years later is happening now. And the distribution network like UFO and some other professionals, the multiplex chains, they're all, coming up in every nook and corner of the country. And when they come for us to make, the movies have been releasing here for quite some time. So I'll give you a fine example of two of the biggest superstars of India, Mr. Rajnikant and Mr. Kamal Hassan. Their movies have been releasing right from 1980s. There was a lull, I think, probably from 2000 to 2000 until Bahubali came, early 2000 to until Bahubali. There weren't many films other than Mr. Rajnikant's or Mr. Kamal Hassan's which were releasing. So, I'm proud to say that, this is a golden era of Telugu film, Kannada film, Tamil film and Malayalam film, because now with the explosion of social media, you people are, you people in the sense that the Hindi-speaking audience are able to go watch the movies in the multiplexes with English subtitles. You're loving it. You don't want to deny yourself of a great film or a good film. You're like, acha, there are subtitles, I'll go understand it. And movie is universal. Not every movie we make in Telugu would adhere to the audience here, because some could be very native in subject. My movie, Ginna, I believe that is a subject which would reach out to all the masses. So here I am, promoting the film. The movies you mentioned, they are phenomenal movies. And why should they be limited only to Telugu? And now they showcased it to you and you all loved it. And another great example is Triple R. It's about two freedom fighters. What if they met? That's what great directors do. They brought us into a trance and they made us believe in that lie. See, I'm a liar. Okay, I'm an actor. When you're coming into the theater, I want you to believe in the lies I tell you. Okay, and if I lie good and you believe in my lie, then I think I did a great job. So that's what I believe this film is about.
Like how much obviously this tough phase for Hindi cinema the last, especially with COVID and the last 2 years not being great, has that also helped other markets, other cinemas from India to find a foothold in the Hindi belt?
I don't think so, because see, the fate of every actor changes every Friday. Okay, every Friday. And if only anybody could crack the code about which movie actually works, I think nobody would want to work on a bad film. So I think probably maybe the stories which some of the people, big films here are telling, is not probably accepted by many people. But you have got some phenomenal movies like Gangubai. What a movie was that? That was a phenomenal movie. And yes, recently, I haven't watched it yet, but Brahmastra was also accepted by the larger mass. Yes, there are very good movies which are coming up. I'll go through everything. It's only a matter of 3-4 years. You won't have to wait for Hindi films or Telugu films. You'll just wait for an Indian film. So, my movie getting dubbed will be an Indian film. It will be a Hindi film for you. And yes, any film really dubbing in Telugu which is releasing there will be a Telugu film for us.
Thank you. Paayal, just reading about you, I believe you started your career with a TV serial called Sapno Se Bhare Naina.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So वो सीरियल मिलने से पहले और अब कितने सपने पूरे हैं और अभी नैन में कितने सपने
That's so
भरे
sweet
हैं?
of you. You have done homework before coming here. That's really nice of you, sir. Thank you so much for that. Yes, back there in 2013, I started my career with serials. I did almost, I think, 3 to 4 serials. Last one was Mahakum on Life OK with Gautam Rode, and that was a hit serial back then. And afterwards, I wanted to experiment. I wanted to explore myself. I didn't want to limit myself with serials only. And afterwards, I did couple of Punjabi films. Chana Meria was the official remake of Sairat movie.
Sairat,
That's a
yeah.
hit in Marathi. So, and for that, I won Filmfare also. And actually, that thing, given me wings to fly. And afterwards, yeah, one fine day, I got a call for RX 100. I still remember 2018. Somewhere in January or something, yeah. I was shooting with Jassi Gill in Punjab, Chandigarh, and I got a call, and they were like, "We want to audition you for RX 100," and I given audition on phone only, just like that. I'm very terrible at that, but despite of that, I given that audition. And the next day, I got a call from Ajay sir, and he was like, "You're flying to Hyderabad. Come here." And उन्होंने मेरे साथ क्या किया? इतना बड़ा मुझे स्क्रिप्ट दे दिया तेलुगु में. And that language was really alien to me. I didn't know a single word. Now I am very much familiar with Telugu. I can frame my sentences. I can convey whatever I feel like. अच्छी है ना मेरी Telugu? So this is how it happened. And I will tell you one more thing. When I auditioned for RX 100, starting mein I tried to mugged up, I was mugging all the dialogues, everything. But when I gone on the sets, I was like blank. मैं बिल्कुल blank थी.
The exams में भी होता था school में.
हाँ, I mean, I was so blank that I was unable to deliver the dialogues. I was completely blank, and afterwards he was like, "I don't think so. This girl would be able to pull it off. Send her back." Straight away on my face, and I was like, "Shit, man!" I was doubting myself. I was like, "No, I'm doubting my craft. I mean, I have been working here for last 6-7 years, and I work really very hard." So I was like, just give me one more chance. I'll do the same dialogues in my mother tongue. I mean, either Punjabi or Hindi, whatever you feel like. And he was like, "Chalo, last shot do." And I did it. He just turned back and he was like, "I want this girl." And that's how I got RX 100. That was really not that easy journey. बहुत difficult रहा है मेरे लिए. But thank God, I think my good deeds, my hard work, my good karmas along with my hard work really paid off. So वहाँ से मैंने शुरू किया, सीरियल्स करे, अब तेलुगु कर रही हूँ. Now I'm looking forward to entering Bollywood, which is again not that easy. I'm
Your
struggling.
name is mentioned in Veere Ki Wedding. Were you part of it?
I was just a small part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically this is in spirit your first
Yeah,
Hindi
this
film
is
as a lead.
I'll call this one my debut in Hindi. Yeah.
Great. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Since your RX
RX 100, ma'am.
100 did very well,
Yes.
so would I take the privilege of calling you a Southern Siren, turning to Bollywood?
Hi, please do that. Please do that. I'm dying to be here. That's why I was telling him, "Oh my God, welcome to my city." I've stayed here for 5 to 6 years. I struggled here. Now I shifted my base to Hyderabad because I'm doing Kannada, Malayali, and my one more movie is releasing on 21st. That is Head Bush, biopic on MP Jairaj. I'm sure teaser and song got released, and we have got some humongous response for that. So yeah, 2 movies are on the roll.
So since Paayal is dying to turn her attention towards Bollywood,
Yes.
if date clashes, you get 2 films in Tollywood and you'll ditch them?
I don't know, but I'll try to manage both. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you are asking a mother, who do you love the most?
Yeah.
So, no, I'll manage. I'm ready to sacrifice my sleep. I'm ready to sacrifice my food. I can sacrifice each and everything for my projects. So, I work that way. Yeah, pray for me, please. I really want to enter into Bollywood. Thank you. With this movie, of course, I am. But yes.
Vishnu sir, this is
Next
Shivam here.
question.
Trailer is quite amazing, and I have to ask that you have worked in a various comedy films. Ginna is something different that we can see here. This is slightly different. How much did you have enjoyed this character, and what was your experience in that?
I really loved it, working on it. So one of the most of my biggest hits have been action comedies, and for the last 3-4 years I haven't done a good action comedy. I haven't actually done any action comedy. Wow. So this one, when it came, I really loved it, and especially the thrill factor of it, whether it's horror or is it a thriller, that's a very thin line. So, that would be the surprise factor of Ginna. And that's what I enjoyed the entire process. I had the privilege of acting with 3 beautiful women. And, the meme culture is very popular, predominant now in social media. So there's, one of my friend forwarded a meme to me. which someone made. It had Paayal, on top of me, on the trailer. That's one shot. The other shot was Sunny on top of me. And below, there were a couple of comedians saying that, bloody life, you have to live life like Vishnu Manchu, man. So, it was, apart from romancing them and, flirting with them, it was a great experience.
Usually, sunny days for you.
Demand if you do a hook step of this movie.
Okay.
I tore my ACL in that song. You saw. After that, they said that I have to get operated. I know probably after the release I'll get it operated, and 3 months later I'll do.
Vishnu sir, if you have to work with Bollywood films, in Bollywood films, which director you would like to work with, and which actress you would like to work with?
You're giving me like, you're taking me into Disneyland and saying which ride you want to go. It's like, the actresses are like, right, everybody are pretty.
Who's your favorite?
Well, right now I already said, long time ago there was a funny reel which Paayal and Sunny, they asked who's my favorite. I said Alia Bhatt. I didn't want both of them to. But the director per se, there are some great directors here like Mr. Hirani, Mr. Bansali, Mr. Rohit Shetty. I would love to work with them given an opportunity, but I would love to see if they would love to come and direct my Telugu film there rather than me trying to act in a Hindi film. I would love for them to come and direct a Telugu film, and if that film releases, it is a Hindi film. So I would love to see if explore that possibility. And brother, the money which the Bollywood directors charge here is almost equivalent to what our Telugu directors are charging, and maybe our Telugu directors are a little more expensive. I think I can probably come here and afford great directors, and the wait time would be lesser.
There is a competition between Sunny and Paayal on the social media, that who is your favorite?
I said Alia Bhatt. So, there you go. I need them for promotion for the next 10 days, so please.
Okay, thank you.
Aksharati, though there are many
Yes,
people
please go ahead.
who decide the tickets rates, exhibitors, distributors and producers. On this cinema day, Chup and the other film which released, I don't remember, the tickets were only 75 rupees. So people thronged into the theatres, So will you consider that, and what will be the rate of tickets, especially in Mumbai,
Well, absolutely, ma'am. I think the National Cinema Day has been an eye-opener for the entire entertainment industry. So 75 possibly is too low a rate to be able to sustain the kind of expenses and overheads that are associated with running a cinema. But yes, more rational pricing that makes movie-going a lower-hanging fruit for the people at large, and not just people who can afford a more expensive ticket, but for the widest spectrum of the social strata. That would be a very conscious attempt that the entire value chain, including the actors, the producers, the distributors, the exhibitors, have to work towards consciously. And it's not just about the ticket price; it's about the movie-going experience overall. So the food and beverages,
the
everything.
samosa and popcorn rates should also be
Absolutely.
reduced.
So the idea will always be to make it, a habit for the Aam Aadmi of India, and hopefully we'll be able to do that. And an inspiration behind this whole thought is actually the southern film industry, and especially Tamil, where the movie tickets are actually capped by the government at about 160 rupees. And that's the reason why you see the kind of occupancy that you do there, and hopefully we'll be able to emulate that in the time to come.
Has the producer got profit on the table?
The producer of this film is right here, so you can probably check with him.
Yeah, Vishnu? Or is it on royalty basis? Is it on royalty basis, no?
No, they're distributing it, but I would like to request Mr. Pankaj, please, if there's a possibility, I would love to have more, foots into the door rather than the pricing. So if there's anything a sweet spot, because the ticket pricing is actually, are trying to kill not just the ticket pricing, but the whole outing of coming into the theater have kind of killing the experience for the general audience. So if there's any possibility, I have no egos. If you want to reduce the general ticket pricing and put a sweet spot for the audience to come and enjoy in Diwali, so please do the pricing. I leave it to you. I want the audience to have a great Diwali.
Yes, sir, they will. So Vishnu sir and everybody, we have got a lot of questions here. Yes.
My question for Payal. What your experience of more मतलब आपने सनी लियोनी के साथ काम किया, विष्णु सर के साथ. What is the experience and कैसा रहा जर्नी आपके इन तीनों के साथ और कौन आपका both of favorite रहा आपके साथ काम करने में?
Well, initially when I signed this film, I was quite apprehensive. I was scared within. I don't know how I'm going to gel up with these people. Sometimes I felt left out. Because these guys, Sunny and Vishnu, they were always talking about their kids, their upbringing, their schooling, and I was like, what the hell? What am I doing here? But yes, just jokes apart, I felt really comfortable with them. और बहुत मजा आया. Of course, Vishnu is my favorite.
Sunny Leone is not your favorite.
No, of course she is. Who was saying so? You were saying that. Come on. Don't get me into controversy. No, she's a sweetheart. I mean, I have seen her, that motherly nature, and she's the epitome of grace and style. I mean, I love her so very much, and I'm missing her today. I don't know where she is busy. I think she's busy with some. She's in Goa having fun.
We could have done with some sunshine today.
Choose the hero.
Both are sweethearts, actually.
Hello. Hi Vishnu, this is Anjane from Film Window, and first of all, you have really created a very good content for us. And the question is that about it's for the Hindi audience. The content right now, the teaser what we have seen, there was a bit of a horror part in the teaser. When the trailer has came, there was a comedy part. There was a thrill. So under what niche do you keep your movie?
What niche would you keep Bhool Bhulaiya, the first part?
Okay.
So that's the genre I am.
Okay, and one more question, sir. Whenever we work on something, then we saw if anything clicks in that, then only we move further ahead. So what was the part of this movie where it hit that you should bring this content to the pan India?
See, the script, the comedy, the comedy and the main thread of the movie, which is the thriller aspect, was something which was really exciting for me. So that was when we felt that this would be working for the entire audience of our country. And here we are.
Thank you so much and congratulations.
क्या बात है. So एक question.
Hello Vishnu sir.
Yes, hi.
This is Vinay from Bollywood Helpline. Doing Ginna Bhai, you face any challenges? Because South movie की trend के बाद people wants more and more content from Tollywood. So you face any challenges? What do you want to say about it?
See, the biggest challenge for me is trying to get the right dubbing and getting the right content. Especially, it shouldn't feel like, the lip sync is off. We speak in Telugu, but, when we are dubbing it, it shouldn't look too different. 15-20 years ago, the scenario was different. When English films were dubbed in Hindi or Telugu, it was really weird. So, but now the game has changed. So if I want the Hindi audience to embrace a film and like it, I have to be very careful with the post-production. The biggest challenge for me was the post-production process, which is still a challenge because in the trailer what you saw, there are few things which I wanted it even better, but because of the lack of time they just came out with it. But the final product is going to be phenomenal, as good as of what I want it to be.
How happy you are when people mouth your dialogues?
I feel very weird. I feel very weird seeing that. Oh, that's not me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Visual.
Last question.
I just want to know that we had seen all your few of your film in into remake. All of your film in dubbed in Hindi.
Yes.
So when you and your family watch those kind of films, how do you react? How's your family been reacting to it?
See, it's a very
Are
good
they
question.
making sense?
See, it's a very good question what you say, because most of my films apparently have done very well in the digital media, especially YouTube and Hindi dubbing channels. I've been the star of the month in some channel for almost 8 months straight, and that film particularly didn't do well in Telugu, but it did very well over here. So my friends keep making fun of me. Maybe you should just make a film and dub it and release it in Hindi. But I'm surprised. I realized that I have a larger audience. People have been watching my movie because I keep traveling quite a lot to London or Dubai or many of these countries. When I get down, a very good experience, I tell you. When I got down in London, I asked my cousin to come pick me up. So he came up. See, when I leave the country, that's the opportunity for me to be a normal person. You know, where I want to do my own stuff. I get out of the country because I don't have additional help. So you have to keep yourself rooted. So, you know, I rent an apartment. I go stay there for about a few weeks, clean my own clothes, you know, do everything on my own. So I called an Uber and I was getting into the Uber and the driver gets down and he looks at me and he's like very excited looking at me. I'm like, yo, you, bro, I love your movies, bro. I was like, okay, this fellow, probably he's seen my movies, he's trying to relate at a janitor. I said, yeah, thank you. Now let's get in the car, let's sit down. And we're going in the car and then suddenly, you know, he keeps talking, I love the way you dance, I love the way you fight. And all that. So then I was talking to my cousin, this guy is, you know, in Telugu I was telling him, this guy is really irritating me, man. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know my name. You know, I'm going to ask him to shut up right now, so I'll put a question to him. I said, okay, bro, what was my last film you watched? He gave the chronological order of all my films. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you know, I love your films, I love it. I said, I had to respect him. I said, brother, where are you from? He said, I'm an Afghan. Wow. You know, and you know, I watch your films. In YouTube, it's all there. So then I made a clipping. You know, he refused to take money from me. So one of the advantages of my movies dubbing is that whenever I go to restaurants in, you know, some of the restaurants in Dubai or London, Bangladeshis or people from West Bengal, you know, they kind of recognize me and they refuse to take money from me. And I'm like, wow, that's the perk of being an actor. But, you know, that's a blessing. More than the money, the recognition what I get, that's the biggest high. Nothing in the world will give me a bigger high, especially for an actor, than getting recognized. So, you know, I guess to answer your question, my family really don't watch my films, but my friends, I have my family here, my friends, very close friends here. Whenever my film comes, they take photos on the TV and they send it. And I'm like, please stop embarrassing me. I can't look at myself on screen, I get embarrassed.
So, thank you everybody. And after the super success of Ginna Bhai, Vishnu can to party or jaisa ki?
It's releasing on 21st of October on the eve of Diwali. So we're all very excited about it and little nervous because it's my first straight Hindi release and I'm hoping for praying for the best.
The one question of how much you are excited for this announcement of Hindi. मतलब हिंदी की जो audience है उनको बहुत ज़्यादा craze रहता है for South movies and for the action also. So how much is action also in the romantic and also movie mix up?
तेलुगु में मेरा सबसे बड़ा सुपर हिट्स एक्शन कॉमेडी और this Ginna Bhai is also an action comedy, but it's thriller action comedy. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that the audience would like the genre and the action and comedy what we've done. But predominantly you're going to have a hilarious fun, you know, when you're going to watch Ginna. So I'm hoping and praying you all like it.
पायल के साथ आपको काम करके कैसा लगा था? पायल सनी लियोनी के साथ कैसा रहा एक्सपीरियंस?
It was nice. It was pretty nice. You know, I worked with two of polar opposite people and very pretty women, and it was wonderful working with them.
You know, after the lockdown, you know, South films have taken over everything. You know, South films have become pan-India films, right? How do you see that change post-lockdown? You know, pre-lockdown, it was not that quite. You know, South films were not working that much, but post lockdown, that it is working so much. So how do you see that thing?
No, the Telugu films have been working very well right from almost 85 years. You people have started watching Telugu films only post-pandemic because during pandemic you finished watching all the content which was there in Hindi and English, and then you decided to say let's watch some more content. And that's when you people started realizing, oh my God, there's such great content over there. And actually, this would have happened 5 years down the line, but thanks to the pandemic, everything came forward and everything happened for the good. Sorry? पहली बार मेरा फिल्म हिंदी में रिलीज हो रहा है. I am nervous about it. You know, and I want a larger audience. I want a lot of people to enjoy my movie. इसलिए nervous हूँ मैं. Any film, anytime it's releasing, any actor, they will be nervous about the film. People who say they are not nervous about the film when it's releasing, they are lying.
सर आपने हर तरह का किरदार निभाना है, आपको कोई ऐसा किरदार है जो ड्रीम रोल है जो आप निभाना चाहोगे?
There are quite a few. There are definitely quite a few movies. मेरा पिताजी का सबसे बड़ा फिल्म हिट्स हिंदी में कंपनी रीमेक हुआ and अभी if there's any film which I would like to remake or do, I don't know, maybe there are a lot of South films which I want to do. I don't think there are any Hindi films which I want to really remake and do it. Because there are cult films which you shouldn't even touch, like Sholay, you should never touch it. You should just enjoy it. Like movie, you should touch it. But there are other films which some people might think, I wish I can do this movie again. I don't know. I never felt that I did easy. Thank you. Thank you.
सर आपका खास मैसेज क्या रहेगा आपके फैंस एंड ऑडियंस के लिए?
See, October 21st मेरा फिल्म आ रहा है और we all put a lot of hard work done and spirit in the film. So I hope and pray all of you like the film and this is on 21st. Thank you.
सब कैसे हैं?
बढ़िया आपके दीदार में खड़े हैं
मैं सारे कैमरास में
वेरी गुड
रेडी गाइस?
हाँ रेडी रेडी चलो
बहुत सारी फिल्मों में देखा है, कॉमेडी करके पहली बार देखा है।
कौन सी वीडियो में देखा आपने?
सीरियल में
मूवी की डेब्यू है, तेलुगु में देखा है, बहुत सारे पिक्चरों में देखा है। अभी सही हो रहा है, कितना एक्साइटिंग होने वाला है।
See, first and foremost, I would love to thank Mumbai media. This is my first one-on-one conversation with you guys, and I have interacted with media from South industry. This is very first time कि मैं मुंबई आई हूँ और आप सबसे मुझे बात करने का मौका मिला है, जो कि मेरे लिए बहुत एक न्यू एक्सपीरियंस है. So from bottom of my heart, thank you so much for promoting Ginna. And Ginna is going to release in 3 languages. The very first one is Telugu, then Hindi, then Malayali. And today my entire cast include they have come here to promote Ginna. और आपने अभी ट्रेलर देखा, टीजर देखा, गोली सोडा देखा, which is choreographed by none other than Prabhu Deva sir. So yeah, the feeling, the excitement is on next level as of now. And I'm so excited and so exuberant about all the things happening around. Thank you.
तो उसमें बड़े स्टार्स भी हैं, विष्णु सर हैं, सनी मैम भी हैं।
मैं बड़ी स्टार भी हूँ।
नहीं आप भी हैं, आप भी। कैसे
Experience बहुत अच्छा रहा. When I signed this, see after RX100, of course, I have been looking for an immersive experience. Or I love challenges. I want to do something different every time. I don't want to repeat myself, or I don't want to typecast myself. So जब ये movie मेरे पास आई, I still remember Mohan sir called me up last year, and he was like, he just called me up just randomly, and he wanted to appreciate me for my last project, Andar Ka Uka Dikho. And I was like, without a thought, I embraced this project because I got to do something different. This
Silence. Nice.
This film is colorful, vibrant, and it has all the elements that you would expect from a film to attain that cult status. So I think इसमें सब कुछ है, and that's the only reason that I have signed this film.
मैम अपने रोल के बारे में कुछ बताइए ऑडियंस को कैसा रहा? अब कितना एंजॉय किया आपने इस रोल में?
I'll tell you, while shooting, I was unable to snap out of the character. I was so engrossed in my character. कई बार मेरे साथ क्या होता है ना, मैं अपने बारे में बताती हूँ पर्सनली, मैं कैसी एक्ट्रेस हूँ. मैं बहुत ही ना, I'm very hungry. I have a huge appetite to perform. तो मेरे साथ कई बार क्या होता है, if I'm shooting continuously, like 15-20 days, so I get so much engrossed with that character that it becomes very difficult for me to snap out of it. But shooting for
Paayal, can you look center please? Throughout. Thank you.
So जो मेरा कैरेक्टर है उसका नाम है स्वाति and she's a village girl, very bubbly, very vibrant, but on the other hand she's quite like vulnerable. You gonna see that vulnerable side of hers, and I love playing Swati. और उसे बस मस्ती करनी होती है लाइफ में, बहुत enjoy करना होता है. She believes in the institution of marriage, love, everything. So वो play करके मुझे अच्छा लगा just because मैं real life में ऐसी नहीं हूँ. As an actor we get so many opportunities to play somebody like from fiction to bad to good. So that's how I got this opportunity.
opportunity, or this character is like I hold very dear to my heart. Swati's character.
जैसे आपने बोला कि रियल लाइफ में आप बहुत मॉडर्न है और फिल्म में आप एक देसी लड़की का किरदार निभा रही हैं, कितनी प्रिपरेशन करनी पड़ती थी उस किरदार में अपने आप को डालने में?
प्रेप, मुझे लगता है प्रेप तो हर चीज़ में जाती है. जब भी मैं कोई मूवी साइन करती हूँ, बिफोर दैट आई वुड लव टू सिट with my directors and with my producers. I want to have a long conversations with them because see, अगर मुझे समझ नहीं आएगा कि मुझे परफॉर्म कैसे करना है, तो लोग मुझसे कनेक्ट नहीं हो पाएंगे. So I want to balance that with authenticity with my character, and this is how I work, and I really believe in doing my homework before signing any other project.
आप बताइए शूटिंग लोकेशन कैसी थी? प्रभुदेवा के साथ आपका डांस कोरियोग्राफ एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा?
यार वो तो तुमने सही पूछ लिया. मतलब I still remember in the morning, Vishnu told me कि Prabhudeva sir, he's just about to come, so I'll just come and meet him. I was so scared. I was actually jittering. I was trembling over there, but Prabhudeva sir, I really want to say one thing about him, that he made me feel so encouraged and he made me feel so comfortable on the set. Initially थोड़ी सी problem हुई because I'm not damn great at dancing, but I worked really very hard for 7 to 8 days. 7-8 दिन मैंने बहुत ज़्यादा practice करी और उसके बाद मैंने वो dance किया. And he was like, Paayal, get ready for the next film, and I took that advice very very seriously, and I'm working on my craft, and I'm learning dance. I started learning dance also, so hopefully I'll live up to the expectations of Professor.
Now, what do you have to tell your audience and your fans? Message about your
पहली बात तो ये है कि मेरे तेलुगु फैंस जो है, मेरे साउथ इंडियन फैंस हैं, वो मुझसे बहुत ज़्यादा प्यार करते हैं, एंड आई एम really thankful to them. बहुत ज़्यादा प्यार मिला मुझे साउथ इंडस्ट्री से. Now we have to move on. I mean, I really want to enter into Bollywood, and with this movie, of course, I'm entering. So need all your love, support, affection, education, whatever you can do for me, please do it, because nobody is backing me up, nobody is standing by my side, and whatever I have to do in my career, I have to do on my own. So I'm sure आप लोगों की ताकत से बढ़कर कोई ताकत होती नहीं है. आप लोग को किसी को यहाँ चढ़ा देते हो, किसी को फेंक देते हो, तो मुझे लगता है कि ये सब फैंस हैं जो कि हमारे लिए खड़े हैं. So we need all your love and support.
Thank you. पायल जी आप हमारे जनरेट आया काफ़ी भीड़ साबित हुई थी. आपको कोई ऐसा रोल जो ड्रीम रोल हो जो आप निभाना?
मेरा ड्रीम रोल बताऊँ मैं क्या है? मेरा ड्रीम रोल है जब भी मैं करीना कपूर. I love that character. I would love to do that if given a chance. मतलब I'm a big fan of करीना कपूर. और मुझे याद है जब मैं मुंबई शिफ्ट हुई थी तो मैंने उनकी एक्टिंग कर करके कितने पैसे कमाए. तो I used to do like सिकनी हूँ मैं भटिंडा की. Yeah, I used to imitate her. So yeah, would love to do something like Joffy में or fashion you can say. Heroine. Everything, whatever challenges me, I'm ready for all the challenges in my life. I would love to experiment. देखो, बड़ा ही अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछा इन्होंने. एक बार वापस से क्वेश्चन पूछो.
किस फिल्म को चाहेंगे कि आप रीमेक हो और उसमें काम करना?
इन्होंने मुझसे पूछा कि कौन सी मूवी चाहेंगे कि रीमेक हो, और एक मिनट इन्होंने मुझसे पूछा कि कौन सी मूवी आप चाहती हैं कि रीमेक हो और उसका आप पार्ट बने. तो वो थी तड़प.
क्यों तड़प भी थी? अपने
RX 100 की रीमेक थी, and I really wanted to be part of that film, which didn't happen. So I think अभी मुझे कभी-कभी अपनी क्राफ्ट्स पे अपनी काबिलियत पे शक होता है कि शायद मैं I'm not that good enough, but I'm sure बहुत सारी मूवीज रिलीज पे है और लोगों को पता चल जाएगा कि हाँ हम किसी से कम नहीं.
All the best, man.